This is part one of replacing the Pontiac G6 Convertible top hydraulic rams.
Hi everybody. The last time you saw me, I had failed miserably at getting the trunk lid in its open position so I could get the top out of the trunk. But as you can see, with persistence, and I just kept at it, I was able to get the trunk open and I was able to get the top out. The first thing you need to see is I've got the strap here and it's in the service position. That sure is going to make things easy to get to.
I can't stress enough the importance of using this strap. It's a major safety feature. The top will not stay up by itself for very long, and when it comes down, it'll collapse into the trunk and it'll collapse onto anything you have in there, arms, fingers, or anything else. So don't ignore this important safety feature. Use it anytime you're going to work on the top.
You can see the hydraulic ram sitting right down in here. This is it right here, this ram. And it's leaking really out of the back. If you look down there in the bottom, you can maybe be able to see where it's been leaking down inside the rear compartment. Now to get to this, first thing you have to do is that back bolt is going to have to come out, but the front one, the way you get to it is first you remove this cover, and once you're inside there, pull the seats out, then this really comes up really easy. Now I've already got it loose, but you can see it comes up and out and down into there. Once it's down in there, then all you have to do is give a good yank on this plastic piece right here, and if you give it a good pull, it comes right up, and then you can get up high enough and swing out of the way, and now you can see the rest of the ram. And the pin, and it's really hard to see with this, but you can see where I'm pointing, right down in there is the pin with a clip, and you can pull that clip off and then that bolt off and the ram will be loose. This clip right here comes off pretty easy. All you need to have is a little screwdriver and pry the outside of it up. Maybe pry the outside of it up. There we go. And then it'll just slip off over the pin. Now I'm being really careful, because if you're not careful, that clip will disappear. Almost disappeared as it is. I was being really careful, and that's what the clip looks like. You can see the pin down in there, and now I'm going to pull the pin. Really, it should just push out. Once again, maybe not come all the way out with it in this position. That's not good. Well, I managed to reposition the retraining strap just enough, barely enough, so I could get this pin back and pull it out. Now this end of it's loose. The rear pin back here is held in by a set screw. There's a set screw pointing in from right back there, and it's an Allen wrench, but it's a metric Allen wrench. If you don't have a metric Allen wrench, you can't get it loose. It's this whole car is metric, so if you take, and once you get the Allen wrench in there, it doesn't even take much of a turn. You just got to pull it away a little bit from the pin, and then the pin will be loose. At least that's the theory. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, the pin's loose, and out comes the pin. Magic. Now the whole thing will just lift right out of here. At least that's the theory. Oh yeah, here it comes. Be careful with these hydraulic lines, they're as expensive as anything. Now Top Hydraulics, who I'm getting my replacement from, or you can send yours to get it fixed, said to be sure to push this shaft back in. You got to protect this shaft. There's a lot of pressure. You see it push in and pop back out. But they want you to push this in. Fluid needs to go back into the reservoir. And you can see it's going into my hand as much as it's going into the reservoir. And actually I don't care that it goes back into the reservoir, because now I know how to fill it. You really got to push this dude. And that's getting it in, but it also wants to pop back out. Okay, they want you to do that before you pull these things off. So far I haven't pulled them off, so I don't know if these are boogers or not. They probably are. And if your screwdriver slips and you hit that shaft, they will not repair it. And if you've done it with an exchange like I am, and you want to send them back a damaged core, they won't accept it as a damaged core. So the next thing, it's staying now, so the next thing for me to do is pull that little clip, and there's one back here, and once I pulled those clips, these hydraulic lines will come loose. I wish I had some words of wisdom on telling you how to remove those rear clips. Patience, care, but eventually I went down, I reinstalled the pin so that this would be nice and solid and wouldn't wiggle around. Then I went in here with a screwdriver and I just gave it a little pop, and it caused it to come loose, and now it comes out the back like that. Then I'm just pulling the hydraulic line out, and so far I'm just a little wiggle and the hydraulic line came loose. To get this other one off, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put this on here, try and get it in a solid spot. I don't even know if you can see that. And give it a pop. You can see I popped it and got it to move a little bit. It's not quite clear, but I'm going to put the screwdriver back down in there again, get it in a solid spot. There it goes. It just kind of slides once you get it going. And hopefully it'll just slide the rest of the way out. I suspect that these disappear, you got real trouble. I've not seen any of these advertised anywhere. They may be. Seems like there could be a good cottage industry with this stuff. Of course, Top Hydraulics already has that cottage industry for fixing these. Okay, that slid out. Take this off. So I realized I could slide this off the other end, save the zip tie for later. Yeah, a whole penny maybe. And voila! The whole thing is now out, and I'm going to check this out, but the procedure is just the reverse to put it back in.